Something doesn't really quite make sense. It seriously doesn't. If it's what I think, they're trying to erase all the evidence. Every single part of it. Why would they be erasing Google Plus because they say consumers? They don't have enough consumers. If they had millions of consumers. The Target phones have to be linked with Google Plus. Those two iPhones that had all kinds of phone numbers, had all kinds of contacts. All of those phone numbers and all those contacts were and have been linked to what was going on with me, you know what I mean? When I got kicked out of Commerce Casino, they clearly told me, you're getting kicked out because you're considered to be a legal threat. Mr. James, you know, the first time I did that written complaint, you weren't even there. That lady that reviewed the videos that day wasn't there either. It was just the security guards. That day, when I was playing poker, the African American lady and the Asian dealer, they were skipping players, handing out cards, and she was doing signs in the back of my mind. I had already written the complaint by then. Myra had already left the house, and I was nearly living in my car. And that was right after both incidents. When that one fucking guy said that I called him a queer, which I never did. This is what happened that night. He said they were talking shit on me, and I know that. Not just on the down low, but you know, openly. And then he says, yeah, I have a girlfriend by that name. And then I tell him, you mean a boyfriend, correct? And then all of a sudden, he calls his buddy over that was in the smoking area outside. He walks in, he's like, this guy just called me a fag. That must have been some type of celebrity or something. I wouldn't be surprised if his name is Nick. And I don't keep up with fucking the Kardashians. I don't keep up with the fucking celebrities. I really fucking don't. Then this lady fucking talks her or does her little fucking signs with the fucking dealer. The white Caucasian lady, the floor lady, then fucking tells me, oh yeah, we found something in the cameras. They kicked me out. You know, and then on the download frequency, they tell me, yeah, you're gonna need a gang for that. What was that gang? Either Mr. James or that one white lady grew up in Fullerton, perhaps. And they're a part of one of these two Fullerton gangs. Now, these two Fullerton gangs are known to be linked with fucking cops or Orange County sheriffs or the Fire Station Society, which, you know, it happens to be right at the borderline of Anaheim and Fullerton, right next to Ultra Haulers. And, you know, to my surprise, they have, I think, 1 or 2 cell phone towers right there. I figured that out when I went to go and apply and I was working there. And the cop, you know, with his download threats, you know, where he tell me you want a shot in your head. And I was like, motherfucker, it's like the 10th time you tell me that crap. I know the truth about your city since 1999. You know, that's why. And it all makes sense now, you know. I mean, that red Civic I seen Myra that night in the back of Valley and Bush Street, that red Civic belonged to somebody right there, either in the 4-story apartments on Baker and Highland or the apartments I used to live with Fidelia. Fidelia started tracking my YouTube account when I started posting up videos, you know, and when I started fucking putting or sending women invitation, you know, on fucking Meet Me, and then her younger kid Angel was on Mimi, and then a lot of the girls from that little section of that little place in Fullerton were on Meet Me. They must have done some type of or wanted to get me for sexual harassment, which they really couldn't do it because it's the same thing as when the girls sexually harass you, sending you fucking, oh, go my live webcam, or send you videos of them fucking masturbating, fucking men, fucking women, which is almost the same fucking thing. That's why they didn't do anything. So they decided to take matters into their own hands. They did a lot of download threats, a lot of download fucking harassment, a lot of download blackmailing, a lot of download extortion, a lot of download racketeering. I mean, when they started hacking and stalking me, it started with the cyber hacking, cyber stalking, and then it went to, physical stalking, which was also done by Juan and Chris. I seen them driving around fucking, Jaboneria and Eastern. And then I seen them on 511 Sunkist after I seen them on Jaboneria and Eastern. That night or that day when I decided to put my T-Mobile account, when I took my phone out of Myra's fucking line, after I got jacked from my phone, I took my phone out of Myra's line, and then I went with VNA. But when they started hacking me, it was already since before I went on VNA's account. The day I called T-Mobile to ask what's going on with my account, what did the representative says? Yeah, there's something funny going on with your account, but since I can't say they're hacking you because of our safety concerns, our safety measurements, our safety regulations, I cannot tell you that, but there's certainly something funny going on with your account. You might want to call corporate. By then I had already gotten kicked out. I had already ran the complaint. I had already gone to fucking, the LA County jail and had came out. I had already lost my car. How were they tracking me, After reading this fucking book called How to Disappear, written by a bounty hunter himself that used to live in Florida, he clearly tells you how the fucking finance companies, will track your car registration VIN number through the DMV, and how people, that are gonna get reported, that they owe a lot of money to credit card companies, they get skip trace, so they could get their assets taken away from them, and it's really quite frank illegal. So TFC card title loans must have been working with the Casino of Commerce, skip tracing my registration to keep me out of the casino. And then the fucking AAA tow truck that night that tells me, well, get off your car so we could take your Mustang. That AAA tow truck must have been working for TFC title loans. And and I wouldn't be surprised if TFC title loans, has some type of partnership with Commerce Casino, the CHP, or the Highway Patrol, or Hadley Tow Truck Services. I didn't only lose, my car, I lost my tools, I lost a lot of clothing, I lost a lot of years of my kid's life. On top of that, to my surprise, if they did decide to get me for sexual harassment and they couldn't, those people for meet me, well then that's why the whole Fullerton crowd is directly involved with it, including this fool that I got in a fight at the rehab center, and the guys that tried to put a shot on my head the other day, which fucking fell. And on top of that, to my concern, that one yellow Mustang with the stripes that I have in one of my videos happens to live right there at the 4-story apartments in Fullerton. That guy that has my baby girl, across the street, 511 Sunkist, the reason why I didn't cross the street, I think it's right before they tried to mentally health evaluate me for schizophrenia, a fucking disorder that I've never had, and the only reason why I said I had it was to avoid getting a felony, and instead of getting a felony, I got a misdemeanor. So guess what? That guy that touched my kid happens to be from that Fullerton crowd as well. Since that day, I filed the IC3 claim form. I did contact the right person, which was Kamala D. Harris, the Attorney General of the state of California, which is in head of the cybercrime division in California. She denied me the help. She told me go place a complaint. I did the complaint with the city of Anaheim. I spoke to the city attorney. He says I don't know what you're talking about. I can make sense of your evidence, even though it shows Hollywood Design Center as one of the people that's clearly hacking me, and that it shows me being in his physical location for 15 hours at a time when I've never even been to that place once in my life. But now that I came to rehab, well, then this is where I found out, fuck, KYMS has a fucking, it's a radio station antenna, and the rehab where I'm at is just down the street from that antenna. Now, this place is just down the street from KODC, which is publicly funded television. And then Fullerton fucking College, a TV program or TV fucking a TV class. Huh. This is what doesn't make sense. Why would the fireman be involved in it? Why? Because between all of them, they're trying to keep the funding. They're trying to keep the money. They're not trying to give me anything. Pictures started to get erased on my Google Photos, on my drive, erased by themselves. They started disappearing by themselves. I never erased them. Why? Because that asshole that I talked shit to that day at the table as well, at poker, probably is a politician. You know, the asshole that I said, motherfucker, I'm from Compton, when I wasn't even from Compton. If they weren't following me around, why would he say the stupidest things? Yeah, I live in my car. I eat pizza from the 7-Eleven. Yeah, I left my baby mama. Started talking all kinds of shit just because he's a veteran, just because I don't even know if the fucking asshole's a politician or not, if he happens to be a councilman, if he happens to be a fucking retired detective, a retired sheriff, or a retired policeman, if he happened to be the governor or the ex-governor, if he happened to be something a senator. I mean, I don't fucking know. And then every time I go to DCF, I say the same thing. Hey, man, and then my attorney fucking reacts, in an instant like that, quick. Quick. That's how I learned about the download frequency and how they could actually fucking hear you. They're not really trying to help. They're just trying to hurt. And until this date, the only thing they've been doing is hurting, because they don't even acknowledge the fact that I'm on a fucking rehab and the fact that I am complying with court orders. The Phoenix House in Santa Ana, well, House is the main director from the Phoenix House programs. The Phoenix House is nationwide. They have a Phoenix House at Venice Beach, California. The Department of Children's and Family Custodies is in Monterey Park, Los Angeles County. Venice Beach has a Phoenix House in LA County, and they're saying that I'm not testing for the department. Their sister programs, their sisters rehab homes. They should count, my drug test as being a part of the department, just because Venice Beach has a Phoenix House, and the head director of the whole Phoenix House rehab programs in the state of California is housed at the place where I'm housed at, or that's where he works at, full time. So then that leads to the question, or it leads to the, to the assumption, a lot of the people that go gamble at Calmer's, a lot of those Asians are social workers. They are doctors. They do work for the Department of Children's and Family Custodies. They do work for the children's services that's just down the street, on Eastern from the Commerce Casino. I was being surveillanced by for the Anaheim police for the time I got in a fight with Sofia Romero's fucking husband, which the undercover cop shows up, and then she claims that I have pounds of drugs on my fucking car, which I don't, and then he tells me, fuck, do you mind if I search your car? And I tell him, yeah, bring me a warrant, you can search her all you want. Next thing I fucking realize is that they're following me all around the city. They follow me to Costa Mesa, they follow me to Garden Grove, they follow me to Newport Beach, they follow me to fucking I think it was Mission Viejo. They followed me to Santa. Then they followed me all the way back to Anaheim. Those pictures and all those videos erase themselves. When I go and place a complaint with the city of Anaheim, the first thing the lady tells me is hands me an FBI fucking address number. I go to the FBI building and I get told, yeah, the FBI don't reside here. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know if you're why. Because they had already contacted themselves on the download frequency. You know what I mean? And that's still when I lived at 511 Sunkist. After I moved to fucking Fullerton, to Baker and Highland, the bullshit still continued. Especially in those 4-story apartments. Especially with that little fucking crowd of morons, you know what I mean? Those two little fucking skinny ass gangsters that think that they're the fucking shit. I mean, so this whole time, probably it wasn't Bush Street or it wasn't the Pauliners, but it was. Because now the Pauliners, well, they kicked me out of Bush Street in order to keep hitting what they were doing with Fullerton. And the Anaheim cops, the fire station or the fireman association is involved in it. The Anaheim cops are involved in it. The FBI is involved in it. The people that went to go try to evaluate me mentally were a part of the FBI. Theodore, the mental health evaluator that went to knock all the way down to my house at 511 Sunkist, when he asked me, do you know what's going on? And I tell him, yeah, I do know what's going on. And then he tells me, well, you're mentally sane. And I tell him, of course I'm mentally sane. And then I ask him, well, let me ask you a question. What's going on? And he tells me, well, fuck, I don't know. Really? Like, I don't need the evaluation you do. Now we go to DCF, and guess what? They ask for a mental health evaluation. I get mentally health evaluated. This is how they mentally health evaluated me. Tell me your consumption, your substance abuse consumption history. I tell them the history, and then they ask me, fuck, do you have a hard time sleeping? Yeah, I do. Oh, okay, well, you have schizophrenia. We're going to give you Seroquel. How in the fuck is that an evaluation? How is that an assessment? That's the only thing this fucking person at the Phoenix House asked me. And the reason why? Because Commerce Casino might be donating to their fucking rehab home. This rehab home is filled with people that reside in Fullerton. Myra personally told me, yes, I've been sexually assaulted. I said, tell me who so I could do something about it. And they fucking laughed like, what do you do about it? Like, motherfucker, I have a picture on fucking photos in Google Plus of a blue laser. What will I do about it? Yeah, look, I wear glasses now. I've always needed glasses. I just didn't have the money to buy the prescription or to get the diagnostics. Now that I came to Phoenix House, they did it for free. I've been living with the enemy for the last, almost 2 years. DCF has always known about it. But how do I tie them together? I can't. Now they're shutting Google Plus down, which is a lot of the weight that I was kind of like fucking... How can I say this? I was filing my evidence in a way, making it public to what's really going on in the state of California with these fucking gangs that claim to be hardcore. And I guess they are, because they call it they're juiced in, juiced on, juiced up, or juiced up. But that just means they're fucking protected custody. What do you want my block to do about that? FBI isn't gonna help. FBI, the only thing they're trying to do is keep me from suing. That's why when I went to DCF, the first thing this bitch says is, yeah, he's still threatening to sue. Hey, it's my right to sue. It's not a threat. Why would I be threatening to sue? I'm letting you know that I'm going to sue. It's not a threat. How is that a threat? If we're talking about, you know, legal procedures, and if I say, you know, I'm a sue, it's not a threat. It's letting you know, hey, you know what? I think I am gonna sue. Yeah, I'll comply with your court orders, and after I comply with the court orders and the court orders are fulfilled, then I'll try to sue. Well, they're trying to say that I'm schizophrenic because I refuse to tell them what I'm going to sue about or what the lawsuit's gonna be over of. I mean, that's some fucking bullshit. Where's this antenna that I'm looking for? The KYMS antenna. KYMS antenna. I mean, you know the squilling pigs? And I just call them like that because it sounded like when they were fucking squilling. Like really disgusting. Fuck, these glasses get me tired. There it is. That's the antenna right there. KYMS, KODC, and then the Fullerton TV program, or units, or fucking class that they take. They're all in it together. You know, the only people that could have kept this money, erased the tapes like fucking Mr. James said when I went, after he tells me, well, if you wish to settle out of court, bring your attorney with you, and then we could reach an agreement. You know, I mean, that led to the touching of my daughter, to the fucking sexual assault of Myra. That led me to losing my car. It led me to losing my tools. It led me to losing a lot more money than what they think. It wasn't just a $20 buy-in. And now it's resulting that Myra got sexually assaulted. The fact they tried to kill me twice. The erasing of my evidence. The DCF trying to take my kid away from me. The erasing of Google Plus. And people saying that I'm mentally not all there.